PYFL All-Star Youth Football is presented by Nationwide Insurance. Contact your local agent, David Noma, at 661-254-1714. That's 661-254-1714. Nationwide is on your side.
The NFC to kick off to begin the second half. In a 14-8 game, the AFC gets the ball and has the lead. A beautiful kick. You got to go back and get that. That's a live football.
That's a live football. Ooh.
Just went into the end zone. Had that not trickled through the end zone, that could have been a touchdown.
That would have been a touchdown.
So we will have the AFC at their own 20.
Well, the AFC will start from its 20-yard line. Well, let's see if the AFC All-Stars can move the football down the field. They had 2 touchdown runs from Mason Holguin of 71 and 56 yards in that first half.
Yeah, excellent job. Big play by Mason Holguin. 2 big plays. He's obviously the leader in our pre-MVP between him and Miller. It's going to come down to
the wire. You're talking about Mercy Miller, who made those fabulous catches
right.
in the first half? Yeah.
M squared. Big Mercy Miller, who is not left-handed, but made a one-in. Here we go.
Aerial, incomplete. Tamari McVeigh, they really like him on the outside. He's got length. He can go up and catch it in the air. Couldn't quite bring that one in.
And good coverage by the defensive back out there in a one-on-one. Able to make the play without a pass interference, which is, what I love when I'm watching DBs.
Toy, we need to really commend Cameron Bennett, the head coach of the NFC team in the red. I think his team really adjusted well. Early on, I thought they might have been overmatched, but they are not. They're playing well, and they're right in this.
Given, once again, a week to prepare, it does help when your brother and your uncle are on your staff, the Bennetts from Fillmore. Doing a wonderful job, like you said, coming out here. Cameron's going out right now in the black T-shirt with the Army shorts. Like any good head coach, different from where he's able easily to be identified on film.
Well, we have 2 really good coaches here. Eric Hockman, whose son is playing for the AFC Stars, wears number 34, has already been prominent on defense. Well, Eric's done a nice job with his team. And so has Cameron Bennett with the NFC Stars. So we have an early timeout here taken by the NFC, again, to get on the same page. But I like what they did. They came out and they tried to stretch the field a little bit.
Yeah, no. I think, once again, I think you got to put everything in context, right? And to take 4 or 5 kids from different teams, and you only have them for 1 week. They just had their bowl game.
Yeah, the Super Bowls were all last week.
All last week. And so – excellent job. And you had pointed out earlier, we have not had a lot of penalties. And the one penalty we had was a legal hit for 15 yards.
But that's aggression. That's not execution.
That is not execution. Not a lot of balls on the field in terms of handing it over. Well played.
Here's that bunched alignment and the quarterback designated run.
It was a run by the quarterback this time, running up.
Roman Mercado from Palmdale, who's also a defensive lineman at quarterback, carrying the pigskin.
Nice little inside run, right up the gut, stayed low, got positive yards. I think this is 2-down territory.
And what that bunch alignment does, and you can amplify on it more, Toy, it really kind of tries to hide or shield whoever has the ball, right?
Yes.
Here's a nice cutback.
Uh-oh.
Being cut down is Mason Holguin. Looked like Mason had a chunk of yardage in front of him and just got tripped up. It'll be 4th down.
Well, we've already seen what he's capable of doing. He looks like he's limping a little bit. We don't want to see that because he's definitely their big play guy.
So 4th down and call it 3.
On 4th down, with not good field position, we'll see if they punt it away. I think they might here. Protecting a 14-8 lead, you don't want to give the NFC the ball deep in your own territory. The electrifying Elijah Cruz is back deep, number 11. Flag is out. Illegal participation against the dark-clad AFC Stars.
Yes, you were just talking about Eric Hockman, and looks like Mason Holguin was the one player that shouldn't be out there that made it 12. Now they're going to have to punt for sure.
Now Elijah Cruz taken out of punt return formation. They're going to have him up where he might try to block the kick, but he doesn't. Aupua will watch this one drop at the 40 and roll out to the 42-yard line before it's downed. Well, here comes the offense of the NFC. They'll start inside the 45-yard line of the AFC.
You know, earlier I was able to talk to Dayton Aupua. Dayton is his first name. And we were talking about that, and you correctly, Aupua.
I was right.
You were right. I told you all these games. I think there's not a name you haven't said before over your career.
I've said a lot of them. Aupua or Aupua can be either way with the ooh at the end, that U.
I mean, you're almost like the Webster. It's like the Rosenblum dictionary.
Yeah, but Toy Cook went to Stanford.
But Toy Cook still doesn't know as many words as you do.
I don't know. I think it's
no, it's not even close.
I don't know. I think it would be a reasonable battle. Here's a little screen in the middle to Lopez. He's saying, get out of my way, but he's going to get thrown down for a short gain. Boy, you love Victor Lopez, though. He loves contact.
He does love contact, and, you know, I even got to talk to him for a little bit during halftime, and he said he was just excited about being here and having the opportunity to play in this game and looked forward, you know, to trying to do something special today.
Well, he has already. He's made his mark. Early first down runs, physical play both on offense and defense.
Well, if I'm, you know, Coach Bennett, I think my two players are Mercy Miller and Victor Lopez, and I got to somehow figure out. Obviously, it's an all-star game. You want to share the rock, but seem to be the two players that kind of stick out in my eye.
I like Elijah Cruz as well on the perimeter, and that's where they're looking. Ball's coming to Cruz, and he dropped the football. And with good reason, Poindexter was beating down on him, and that's the reason Elijah dropped the football.
Great read by Jalen Poindexter coming down from the corner, number 7. Jalen is from the West Valley Rebels. Excellent read and recognition right there as a young corner. And aggressive on the play, too.
Third down play. The NFC needs 9 yards.
They're going to go deep. Oh, they had him.
Cruz was the target, but Renteria didn't have time to get the throw off and had to run.
Well, they were going to go with the fake screen and try to hit number 81, Jordan Whitney, up the sideline. But he got pressure and wasn't able to get it open. But Jordan Whitney, number 81, was wide open. That's the frustrating. When you finally have the play that you've drawn up for execution, and obviously the pressure disrupted it. Otherwise, this game could be tied.
Fourth down play from the 43-yard line. They're going to go for it here. They're a little bit slow to come out of that huddle. They need 10 yards. Abel Renteria is the quarterback. Three receivers to his right. And he's looking in that direction.
Oh, got him.
Wanted Whitney, but threw it too far. Terrific secondary coverage from Manny Casas.
Nice coverage. An impressive throw. So that tells me that if they somehow get within 30 yards of the end zone, he has the capability of throwing the ball into the end zone. And seeing that this is a one-score game, earlier the midgets may not have, or bantams may not have been able to make that throw. But as we get with the older kids, these type of plays are going to come into play later in the game.
These quarterbacks unquestionably, Troy, can stretch the field. They can go vertical. Well, the ball goes over on downs, as you can see, and the AFC's offense is back out there, looking to build on a precarious 14-8 lead. 8:22 remains, third quarter. This is our Midget PYFL All-Star Affair. And they'll go to the simple handoff, but there's nothing simple about this running play with Williams. Boy, he explodes in a hurry, Dylan Williams.
Yeah, Dylan Williams just taking it right up the gut. Nice blocking by the AFC.
Again, when you look at Dylan Williams at 4'11" and 80 pounds, he is so quick at the point of attack. And Holguin's next charge is stopped. He's stopped in his tracks.
And who was it? It was Victor Lopez. Actually, let me change that.
Going to bring up a third down play.
I think our PA said Gammas made the tackle. Makes it tough to see, but I tell you what, that was a great one-on-one tackle. Definitely two-down territory, you would say?
I would think so. Whenever the ball's at the 50-yard line, these coaches roll the dice. They'd love to convert it here on third. They don't want to have to face that decision. Pressure. No chance for Roy Brown.
Nomar Diaz again. I'd said Gammas earlier, and I was wrong. 52. Nomar Diaz, 52 with back-to-back plays to stuff the AFC.
Well, it's a little bit more challenging here, Toy. It's 4th down and 6 yards. Still believe they'll go for it, but now if you're on defense and you're playing for the NFC in that secondary, you might think a pass is coming. And if you get a defensive stop here, you're going to get great field position.
You're going to get either way.
So here's a very interesting call on 4th down and 6. 6 minutes to play, third quarter.
I think they're punting. I guess not.
They're running the reverse. Williams reversing his field. Dylan Williams with that burst. I don't think he got there, but he made it close.
He did make it a lot closer than what it was supposed to be.
And again, Nomar Diaz with the stop. I think this ball's going over on downs. I know they look to the sideline, but Craig Becker says, we don't need a measurement. He's a yard short. But what an effort by the electrifying, fleet-footed Dylan Williams.
I think you pointed out earlier, for as small as he is, he's possibly the quickest guy on the field, and we saw it right there. Because that was a 4th and 8 that he got 7 on.
It was that last burst when it was trapped and you didn't think there was anything there. You saw that explosiveness, the jet speed, the warp speed.
The warp. A little Back to the Future reference.
Well, here's another opportunity for the NFC taking over out at their 48-yard line. Down by 6.
Oh, Mercy Miller. No, Anthony
Cabrera stalled at the line of scrimmage. Brian Cabrera.
I don't see a player down. Do you?
No, they said that on the public address, but I don't see anybody down, and they're playing football.
They're playing football.
Imaginary. Anthony Tafoya looking at 2nd down and 9, the quarterback.
Looks like they're missing a running back. Here he comes onto the field. Elijah Davis.
Tafoya trapped, pressured, and down he goes. Charles Milner.
Charles Milner, unblocked, makes the tackle. I thought that, the NFC and then Coach Bennett, when they were able to take the ball and throw it down like the bubble screens, that seemed to be a good play. Let's see if they go back to it. I would assume you consider this 2-down territory, correct?
Yes, again, anything around the 50, unless you're looking at 20 or 25 yards needed.
That is true.
So it's 3rd and the better part of 10.5 yards. Tafoya, pressured again by Milner.
Ooh.
He's got him for another sack. Oh, is he something. This Milner from the Palmdale Falcons is special.
He's very special. I think we might have to put 2 guys on him. He's like, I didn't come all the way out here from Palmdale to be blocked.
It's not in my vocabulary being blocked.
It is, yeah.
Well, now they will punt the ball after that huge loss. And the AFC, clinging to a 6-point lead late in the 3rd quarter, will get the ball back. So thrilled you're with us on this PYFL All-Star telecast. Midget Division, presented by JD Media.
Jake Downey, father of Charlie.
Charlie's here today. And so is Jaden Williams, who was a little shy to get onto the field, the offensive lineman. Up there to block for his punter. Jaden got out there. Here's a problem. This is a problem. And going down is Patton, Albie Patton. And it was Charles Milner again.
And we have a player down.
Patton, who is the kicker, is the player down. We'll step out. 2:53 left, 3rd quarter. 14-8 for the AFC. Good news, Albie Patton's okay. Came off under his own power, got the helmet off, and they're talking with him on the sideline as he's sitting down. But Albie will be okay, and we're about ready to resume. Of course, the punter got hit.
So we have a General Patton and Lyndon B. Johnson.
Boy, you're just equating this to every point of history.
Well, without it, where would he be?
Great opportunity.
Mason.
As Holguin breaks a tackle. Boy, he loves to cut back.
He does.
He is the definition of a cutback runner, isn't
he does like to cut back. And I think, ironically, he's been able to get outside is where he's had his biggest plays, but we'll give the big guy credit. He looks like, that number 28, he looks like Eric Dickerson out there.
At 5'3" and 105 pounds, Mason Holguin. Again, he had touchdown runs of 71 and 56 in the first half. The touchdown for the NFC was a Abel Renteria quarterback sneak of a yard. Minute 40 to play in the 3rd quarter. Oh, this would be big. This would loom large if the AFC could put another one on the board.
Well, even more importantly, too, they're starting to get to the position where they could pin him down inside. Uh-oh.
Pitch. Williams still on his feet near the 20-yard line and close to a first down. Dylan Williams. They have 2 quality running backs in Holguin and Williams.
And nice tackle by Elijah Davis, number 10, coming from the free safety. Getting a little helmet action right there.
The AFC is starting to control the clock here in the 3rd quarter. We have 55 seconds left.
This is a big drive right here.
3rd down, a short 2. Holguin, plenty of yardage in front of him. Mason Holguin, first down to the 11.
And it looks like Joe Perez, number 13, was in on a tackle. Oh, see, there we go. Victor Lopez.
You're listening to the public address guy.
I am listening. And you tell me, as a veteran, not to listen to them.
You shouldn't be listening to him.
You are right.
You are to go with your first impression and stick with it.
Thank you.
You know, the public address guy is not always 100%
He is
correct.
not. No, I'm going to trust you more.
And you know, in life, you need to be trusted.
You need to be trusted. It's all about trust.
20 seconds left in the quarter, and a very deliberate lineup for the AFC as they're driving the football and leading late in the quarter. And Brown turns around and then runs it himself. Roy Brown.
Ooh.
Inside the 10-yard line. That's where he's thrown down by Cruz. And that's how the quarter ends. So after 3, the AFC again driving inside the 10-yard line. Up by 6, 14-8 for the AFC. This is the PYFL's Midget Division All-Star Game from the PYFL.